What if I don't need him to take care of everything? What if I have my own too? Why should I take it?
And that's great. I'm not mad at you. Go for that. But guess what? In America and in North America in general, women are the ones who are dying alone more than ever. So we can say this stuff and say, I'm going to take it. Go ahead. No one's going to stop you from making your choices. But then also don't complain when you hit late 40s.
Hello everyone, this is Magbo Gaming here, back at Angry Guy's channel after so long. Well, it's been a little while. I hope you are all enjoying your Christmas, by the way. Yep. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. This may be the last video I make for Angry Guy in 2025 before the next one will probably be 2026. We'll just see. Anyway, so he wanted me to commentate on the reason men aren't approaching women is women. Okay, that's a pretty interesting topic there. Maybe there's something new I'm not aware of right there. So yeah, if you agree to these type of videos and you want to help this video reach to more people in the algorithm, you could click the like button, click the subscribe button, and click the bell so you'll be notified whenever videos like these gets uploaded to your device so you will not miss any Angry Guy video ever again. And be sure to check out also Angry Guy's Rumble as well, where he goes uncensored mode. He does not hold back his cusses there. And yeah, Angry Guy talks much differently than he does on YouTube because YouTube is the censor station and Rumble is a place where freedom of speech is encouraged. And we also have the Angry Creator Academy in the description below for anyone who wants to check it out for yourselves. Times are tough. Times are just going to be becoming tougher in 2026. This is going to be the year where a lot of changes are going to happen. I don't know exactly what they are, but you need to get prepared yourself and being able to have certain funnels that you could go to in order to make money online without depending on a 9-to-5 job or the government's. But, you know, making on your own and, of course, investing into crypto. But the Creator Academy is what we're promoting anyways. Guys, let's get on to the topic. And let's see what these people have to say in this video, shall we? So, yeah. This is going to be very interesting.
Can we talk about why modern women are lonelier than ever? Because nobody wants to admit the real reason. I see it everywhere. Successful women with amazing careers, perfect Instagram feeds, but they're absolutely miserable and isolated. And I know because I used to be one of them. We were told that independence was everything, that we didn't need anyone, that needing people was weakness, so we built these perfect little walls around ourselves. We chose careers over relationships, being right over being loved, and proving ourselves over connecting with others. We pushed away anyone who tried to get close to us because we had to be strong. And now we're sitting in our perfectly decorated apartments, scrolling through dating apps, wondering why we feel so empty inside.
Okay, guys. So, as you heard this woman is saying right here, basically, we are facing the facts that there was a time that women did not need men. They wanted men to just fend for themselves and not be included in their struggles. And then they're just very comfortable until later on she realizes she has to scroll dating apps because they feel like, well, I guess they need a man after all. So they're going to have to find a man that could actually provide for her or actually try to make her life better. But the question is, will she be able to also make the man's life better too? Because this goes both ways, guys. It cannot just be a one-way street. This has to be both ways. So if you come to this realization that you have been ignoring man all this time, you think you didn't need a man, and then realize you cannot survive without a man, so now you want to seek them out. But a lot of women tend to seek them out when it becomes a little bit too late. A lot of them, like when they were in their peak beautiness, They had a lot of opportunities from good men, rich men, and all sorts of men that she could choose from in order to have a sustainable partner. But as she gets older and she keeps rejecting the man, well, that option is just going to shrink naturally as she progresses in age, because there's going to be more and more people getting married, and there are going to be less people available, and the dating pool is just going to shrink unless you're someone in your 30s or 40s and want to go for someone who is in their 20s and stuff. So me personally, like, the dating pool is way too small in America to consider a woman around my age. If I find one that's cool, I'm still open to meet women my exact age group around the 30s and stuff, if I can find it. But if not, then I can settle for 20 or something. But when I mean by settle, it means, well, I cannot get someone in their 30s, but I'm gonna go for something that I couldn't get when I was in my 20s. And, if I get someone like that, well, we could definitely grow together for a long time, I guess you could say. Anyway, let's continue with the commentary, and I'll say some more afterwards.
We have everything modern feminism promised us, but we've never been more alone. Because the truth is, humans are wired for connection. Especially women, we need community, partnership, and deep relationships. But we've been convinced that wanting these things makes us weak or pick-me's. The loneliness epidemic isn't.
And I can't fathom how much people talk down to me whenever I get desperate to find a woman that I really want connections with. It's human. This is a human feeling. It's connection. It's basically natural to want to have a companionship. And when you lack that for so long, you cannot help but longing grief of what could have been, or what if you would have met that nice woman during your youth, during your 20s. I mean, I consider myself still young today, sure. I'm 38 right now, but there's gonna come a time soon when you're in your 40s or your 50s, and the experience is just not gonna be the same anymore. Because, like, when you're younger, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of emotional baggage. Or the best way to explain it is that people will have more availability, more time to explore and to date and all that stuff. When they're older, they won't have as much time, and it becomes much more harder to form a good connection because there's a lot of life struggles and a lot of things that gets in the way from making it natural. So, this is what's causing also the loneliness epidemic, because when they lack a partner, when they lack friends, when they lack a family, a lot of these people, they are forced into loneliness because they're not able to form any connections meaningful when you have your whole life against you and you have to survive and take care of yourself. Let's be honest, survival mode is not fun, that's for sure. It's not fun at all.
It's what happens when you tell women to reject everything that actually fulfills them. You can have all the success in the world, but if you don't have real connection, you have nothing.
Social media has inflated the ego of women, turning them into 304s who grow into lonely, miserable cat ladies.
So I've been seeing some videos on my For You page, and I think that it is finally time.
Oh yeah, the whole cat lady thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention this person's name, but I know one friend personally. She's 29 and she lives with 2 cats. And that's pretty much it. Like, she doesn't have a man in her house. She doesn't trust most men or family. Let's put it that way. For the sake of her privacy, I'm not gonna reveal the name or who she is. But she's a very close friend of mine that I consider, like, someone very reliable, very nice, very warm-hearted. So yeah, that's what's going on.
The female loneliness epidemic. Because I know the men have had their own thing, and I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not a man, right? But I will say that the men are more built for it than us. We are not built for this shit, ladies. We don't know how to be alone. These men have been bottling up their emotions and not sharing them with anybody since they were 6, 7, 8 years old. Some of us have never done that. We've always had someone to talk to, a friend, a family member, a significant other, something. And it seems like in 2025, the girls are running out of options because the dating market is terrible. Y'all are literally making fun of girls that are in happy, healthy relationships, saying that having a boyfriend is embarrassing. Miserables. And then y'all also don't have any friends, because anytime somebody reposts something that you disagree with, oh, that's how you feel about immigration policy, you're not my friend anymore. Now y'all don't have any freaking friends. Like, it's not gonna end well.
Yeah, a lot of people these days don't have much friends whatsoever. And because of so many things that goes against what they stand for out there today, like if you don't agree with them in any way, shape, or form, you make one mistake, well, they're done with you forever. They're not going to talk to you anymore. They're not friends with you anymore for something pretty petty. Like, yeah, something very, very petty. And you just walking on eggshell with a lot of these people. And what she says is correct. A lot of us, man, even me, I have stuff bottled up inside me that I have never reviewed online. There's still a lot of things that I kept to myself that I do not review online. Certain things like, maybe an open book, I've been through a lot. But there are still stuff within me that I have kept to myself 100% because I know if I let it out, well, I know that I'm going to be judged harshly. And everyone out there has some sort of secrecy in their lives. One way or another, rather be good, rather be bad. It's just they have a reason of keeping it to themselves because society doesn't favor people that shows weakness, apparently. But it makes us more human. It makes us vulnerable. It makes us try to have empathy towards each other. But if you're living in a world where empathy is barely a thing out there, then you gotta guard your secrets of your life because otherwise you'll be exposed and be ridiculed and you become a laughing stock. And it's not something that you want to have in your life. So that's why a lot of people keep to themselves, especially nowadays, they keep to themselves.
If your requirement for somebody to have a relationship with you is that they have to be on the exact same page with you 100% of the time, no one is. We are all people with our own thoughts, feelings, emotions, and ideas. And if you don't respect that in another person, then of course you're going to be by yourself. There's no one else that's going to fit that mold. I'll have to learn healthy communication skills. You have to learn healthy relationship skills. Go to therapy if you need to, do something. But if you are sitting at home right now and you don't have 5 friends that you can call, no man, and your family members just don't get you, I promise the only common denominator in all of those scenarios is
modern women finally realized their girl besties and simps who pump and dump them don't actually care about them.
I'm so tired of hearing about the male loneliness.
I mean, that is the sad reality. A lot of these guys that pump and dump them, like this guy said in the video, like if you're a young woman, very attractive, 8 to 10 out of 10, yeah, a lot of men are gonna really want to be with you. They want to have you for themselves. But the question is, how many of those men out there, what is the percentage of those men are actually there to because they care about you, that they like you and support you, not because just of your looks, because that is the initiator, that is why you're attracted to them. But what else does this attractive woman have that you want, that makes you respect them? What personalities and hobbies does she have that correlates with you? Yeah, so if they don't understand that and they just want it for their bodies, then it's not really a good combination there. And you're going to notice that a lot of these men don't really care about the women as a person. They care about them as someone that's eye candy, someone who is very attractive, someone that gets them off and stuff, if you would know what I mean. Yeah, so it's the sad reality. That's why women may have so many options, but the quality options they have is still pretty limited. You gotta stand out from all of these crappy, simpy men and be yourself. Treat a woman with respect. The same has to apply that women needs to treat men with respect as well for a relationship to work, by the way.
Let's talk about the female loneliness epidemic, because we're experiencing one too. The one where men treat you like you're some fantasy object, and the moment they realize you're an actual human being with thoughts, feelings, and emotions, they're gone. Or when they want you for your body, but never have any intention of actually getting to know it or respecting it. Or when they want you for your emotional intelligence, even though they have no intention of ever reciprocating it. Or when they want you for what you can do for them, but they don't want you for who you are. That's loneliness.
That's why you gotta be very careful with the partner you choose from. You have to answer a lot of questions. The partner that I'm with, does she really care for me as a person? Or is she trying to take advantage of me? or she only likes me for my looks. And then the moment that I reveal something that I like that she is against, well, that's game over. So yeah, I'll tell you something real quick that happened to me recently, and I'm not gonna reveal who she is or anything like that. And I don't think she'll ever watch this video. Even if she does, it doesn't matter. Honestly, I'm just gonna say this. This woman that I met recently, she was really like attached to me, emotionally attached. She said she wanted to be my wife. She said she wants us to live together, and she wants us to hang out and all that stuff. But then when I talked to her about my investments on cryptocurrency, I had no idea that she was actually against crypto to a point that people has been scammed by it. And I admit I have been scammed in crypto before. I'm not gonna shame myself for that. I learned my lesson. I don't fall for scams anymore. I am more smarter with my investment now, but before. So when I revealed that part of myself, she literally called me stupid for investing in crypto, like in general. After I told her that I learned my lesson and I am very careful that not everything crypto related is a scam. It depends on who and what cryptos, like who's using the cryptocurrency, what are they using it for. I mean, cash has been used for scam as well in the black market, so that's what crypto's been using online in order to like scam people in many ways, shape, or form. The crypto coins, certain crypto coins, are actually legitimate, but there's a lot of scam coins out there. Yeah, I could agree to that. I told her that, but yet she still says that I'm stupid for investing into crypto. So, women like that, honestly, if she really is not remorseful or apologetic for that, then I know for a fact that this woman's not for me, and I'm not going to pursue this any further if that's the case. Anyway, let's continue.
Every night next to a partner who claims to love you even though his actions never follow his words, that's loneliness. Being too afraid to open yourself up to love and opening yourself up to men because we live in a world where SA, domestic violence, and femicide is so normalized, that's loneliness. The difference is that the male loneliness epidemic is self-inflicted and the female loneliness epidemic is self-preservation.
Men have learned to live with being lonely, with being tired and alone. But when women face the same, they expect us to cater to them? Nope, fellas, move on.
Y'all call me.
And it's very funny that, us men, we're very used to being alone, being isolated, thinking for ourselves, not trusting most people at all. But women usually get all the support. They always have some sort of support that they could lean on. So no matter how bad her drama is, if she's attractive, well, very likely people are going to listen. And a lot of the times it's because, well, she's attractive. They hope that she connects with them and stuff. And then after that, when the woman gets older and she's not as attractive as she used to be, then less and less people are going to support her. And then now she's starting to understand how we men feel when we get no support. And then they start realizing, well, I guess that now I really need someone to support me. And then she announces it and stuff. If us men said, I really need female support, I really need a female to support me, they're going to call us selfish, they're going to call us desperate, needy, thirsty, all that type of stuff. But I learned to do things on my own, try to take care of myself. Sure, there are times that I feel lonely, sad, and stuff like that. And there are moments of griefs too. But I do not let it define me. I do not let it, let me down for a long period of time. No, it's just a moment that I feel this way, and then I go back to what I'm doing. It's okay to feel sad and depressed and lonely sometimes because it's human. It's a natural thing to feel worried about. Especially me when I'm 38, I'm still not married, I still don't have a girlfriend and stuff. A lot of men like me around that age group are gonna keep it to themselves for the most part. Me? Well, I mostly keep it to myself, but I also express it publicly as well because you know what? I'll admit it, sometimes I want some friends to see how I'm doing, see if they actually care for me and stuff. And there's not a lot of people that really cares, let's be honest. So I learned to depend mostly on myself because you're setting yourself up for embarrassment. That happened to me a lot. So if you want to survive in this world on your own without any sorts of supports, then you got to prepare to have something set for you, have skills set for you where people can pay you for your hard work and your talents. So the Creator Academy may be able to help you with that. Because times are tough, the economy is getting really bad, a lot of people are getting laid off. If the average person, maybe you, if you get laid off and you're living paycheck to paycheck, you could be homeless in months or weeks. So definitely check to see if this will help you. You could sign up for free today with the free creator blueprint in the description below. I'll say some more right now. Hello everyone, Magbo reporting once again. You know, these days in this crazy economy, hard times are already here. Jobs are disappearing fast. And if you lose yours today, you could be homeless within a few months or even a few weeks. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. Check out Angry's Creator Academy and learn how to build your own online business using YouTube to grow it. And get the free creator blueprint when you sign up. The link's in the description below. Go check it out now. Definitely worth checking out. Trust me.
This idea of the male loneliness epidemic, I think needs to be looked at. Some of these guys are lonely. That's true. But part of the reason is that they're looking at their options and they're like, I can't do it. Like, this is not appealing to me anymore. So they're feeling lonely. There is a segment of guys that are feeling lonely because they don't want you anymore. Like, they're not drawn to you anymore. So they would love to be with a woman who acts like a woman, who's feminine, who's respectful, who's loyal, who's, not going to cheat, who's not going to, their phone's not going to be, shady as what, who's not going to be posting like all naked pictures online all the time looking for male attention while you got a boyfriend here that you got one foot out the door, who's not going to feel like, you can't ask her what she, hey, like, what do you want to bring to the relationship? How dare you? They're looking for like a quality woman and they don't see it. So a lot of those men, it's not all guys who are just trying to seal the deal and can't make it happen. Is that some of it? Sure. But there's also guys who could seal the deal and don't want to. They're just like, well, I'm going to spend a boatload of money. I'm going to spend a boatload of time. And like, what's in it for me? Really, at the end of the day, am I getting any of my boxes checked in this? So they're choosing to just be lonely, and just because they're like, where are all the good women? Where have they gone?
What if I don't need him to take care of everything? What if I have my own too? Why should I take it?
And that's great. I'm not mad at you. Go for that. But guess what? In America and in North America in general, women are the ones who are dying alone more than ever. So we can say this stuff and say, I'm going to take it. Go ahead. No one's going to stop you from making your choices. But then also don't complain when you hit late 40s or whatever, you don't find somebody. And I'm like, listen, have you guys been settling on the shit that doesn't matter? And they say, no, I'll never settle. Yep. There was a study that came out, bro. And the study said, I think it polled like 300 women, 300 men. Mm-hmm. And it asked the 300 women, if you asked the 300 men, it said, if you had 80% of what you wanted from a wife, would you take her? And guys were like, fuck yeah, that's amazing. Ask the same question to ladies. 80% of what you wanted. They were like, I will never settle. 80% of what you want. Listen.
Okay, guys. Let's get back to the commentary and see what else these women are saying. I'll give them one thing. These women are actually speaking up about the real issue at hand. And I respect these women a lot. I'm not going to lie. So I just want to make that clear that there's a lot of women that realizes it. And there's other women that they started noticing that what's the real problem is. And they are brave enough to actually say it out loud in social media. Because there's not a lot of women that does this. Let's be honest.
Call me Gen Z. Call me unhinged. But it's genuinely gotten to a point of loneliness that I have no one else to talk to but ChatGPT. I have no one else to talk to but ChatGPT.
Oh my lord. I could kind of relate to it. I do have some real life friends. I have a handful of them at least. And I do have some internet friends I could talk to and stuff whenever I feel like I want someone to talk to. But yeah, a lot of the times I do feel like that my best friend is ChatGPT. Because whenever I want to vent on something, now I go to ChatGPT for almost every venting related. Like, I don't even vent as much as I used to in my Discord server or on Facebook because, well, whenever I do it, there'll be people that has sympathy towards me or people that wants to cheer me up. But for the most part, people don't want to hear other people's problems. And then when AI comes in, you see that AI is always available for you to listen to you. They always go to a detailed description of everything you should hear, honestly. in details what you should do to fix it and stuff, and in a very short amount of time. And that doesn't really happen with real humans. You gotta be more patient with them, and a lot of them are not sympathetic towards you. Like, you vent a lot and they don't even give a crap, or they could just screenshot it and expose you to other people, which brings you more shame and risk you to your reputation as well. So I don't blame people like her only be able to chat to ChatGPT these days. Honestly, I would say a lot of people are getting to that point because they don't have any friends to go to. They don't even have family members. I still have some adult stuff, but it's definitely a lot smaller than what it was back in the day.
I low-key think I need like a therapist type of friend vibe, but like genuinely, like every time I have a problem that I don't really want to deal with in the moment, I just go to ChatGPT and ask that bitch for help, because who really can help me? And like sometimes she'd be eating with the advice, but other times it'd be like, girl, like why would you tell me to do that? Like why would you tell me to do that? But then there'll be other times like I'll put a text that someone sent me into ChatGPT to help me like analyze it, and like she'd be clocking tea. Like she'd be reading shit that you would not like necessarily think about like while reading a text. Like she'll like pick up on the shade, she'll pick up on everything, bro. Like she's actually like, I don't know. My ChatGPT's a girl. I don't know about y'all, but she's becoming my new best friend, damn it. Hold on.
You know what's funny? Is that my ChatGPT has a male voice. Like, you would think that maybe I would put a female voice so I could vent to her, but no. For some reason, it's just staying with the male voice. I'm like, I see ChatGPT as my best friend and someone that I could like talk about gaming. ChatGPT tells me like whenever I have video game issues, like being stuck in a specific video game, I ask ChatGPT for tips. But I also check YouTube, and I also check online forums and communities as well for certain things that ChatGPT can sometimes get wrong. Because they're not perfect, they tend to make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes I gotta correct them. But when it comes to venting, and when it comes to video game help, and when it comes to like just talking fun about comparing anime villains and heroes and how strong they are and stuff, yeah, or talk about like anime episodes I watch with ChatGPT, I'm like, I love that they could compile their review. Oh yeah, ChatGPT also reviews my stories. Yeah, the story that I'm writing currently, which I'm not gonna review yet, but when it's ready, I will. But yeah, ChatGPT gives me a lot of really good reviews, stuff that I could improve on, and I fixed a lot of things, and I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna be fixing grammars the whole time very soon. So yeah, ChatGPT, yeah, I don't blame them, honestly. Like these days, especially when people are so divided, I don't blame people for mainly just talking to ChatGPT as a friend, because you just don't have no one else to go to that could immediately give you the results that you need, because you gotta wait for them to come and then you're just feeling grief and stuff. Yeah, it's very sad, but also without the AI thing back then, I felt even more lonelier sometimes. But at the same time, before the pandemic, I had a lot more friends. Let's be honest here.
No. It can't be a robot. Like I just refuse to believe that. Like no.
Women have pushed away men and destroyed any chances of having healthy relationships with men so much that they resort to AI. But even AI won't simp for these 304s.
I want me a man. I want to build with a man. I want to learn that man. I want to love that man. I want to grow with that man. I want to pour into that man. I want to be his safe space. I want to be that man's peace. I want to spoil him. I want to show him a love that he's never ever experienced.
Don't fall for this. Women only say these things when they are out of options and are desperate for any man.
Yeah, this is why I don't trust most women these days. Because I have encountered lots of Discord bots, lots of females pretending to be nice to me, pretending that they care about me, pretending that they will cater to me, and then they show their true colors when something that she realized that they don't like about me. So it's not unconditional love there, it's conditional. So when they're falling for you so quickly and then something goes south, then that person will pull a 180 against you. Yeah, so don't believe their lies. Like, it's to the point that I'm slowly distancing myself from Discord. Not 100%, but slowly and surely I'm not going to be looking for women as much in Discord. I'm going to be finding another alternative to find women, or hopefully I could start focusing on the real world, because like the internet girls, a lot of them, they flake on me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching this also has been through a lot of crap as well. I don't even go to dating sites anymore. I don't trust them anymore. I don't trust a lot of these women online, especially when they fall for me so quickly, without me putting any effort, without us developing our bonds and stuff. It doesn't feel earned. It feels like instant gratification. And I fall for it a lot, I'll admit. But I also have my boundaries as well. There's certain things that a woman will say that I will not cross. So I'm just saying it right here. Don't fall for women that wants to be nice to you right away. This is a good example. When I see this woman that you just saw right now, let me show you this again. A woman like that, I'm not gonna judge her looks or anything like that. I mean, she looks like she takes care of herself, but I'm just gonna say this. Me personally, this girl's not my type. I'm not attracted to her at all. That's just me. If you like someone like her, all the power to you. The whole point of the matter is that even if she's pretty, even if she's someone who is mature enough and stuff, you don't know if they're just being desperate for a man and then they want to take advances later. They say all these nice things to you so they can lure you to her, and then you're gonna regret it later, pretty much.
The minute you believe her, she will drop you within seconds.
So there's actually a women's loneliness epidemic too. It's just that we will manage our feelings of longing and hunger, and you guys won't. Do you think we like this? Do you think that all the single women in the world like the fact that we cannot find decent human men to spend our time with? Do you think we like that? Do you think we like going years without physical contact with the gender we're sexually attracted to? Do you think we like that? The thing that kills me the most is how many fucking phenomenal single women I know, absolutely wonderful, beautiful, successful human beings I know who happen to be women. I don't know any single men. I don't know any. None. That's fucked up.
What do you mean that you don't know any single men? I just don't get where this is coming from her anyways. I have gone through multiple years without any intimacy from any woman whatsoever. Like, I've been through multiple years, perhaps over decades as well. And then when a woman starts going through all that herself, they're gonna start realizing how much we suffered. And they're not gonna stand suffering the way that we suffer without intimacy. Because a woman really needs intimacy all the time, for what it seems. But us men, we are getting used to it, and we could survive on our own. We don't like it. We would prefer we have a wonderful woman that will actually take care of us, and then we take care of them, and we try to help each other out, and we collaborate, work together to survive, work together to improve our lives. But it's becoming so rare today that's like, we accepted the fact, well, you know, we don't find a woman like that, as much as it hurts, as much as it will get me depressed every now and then, it's much better than being with a woman who is gonna screw you over financially, emotionally, and leave you scarred for the rest of your life, paying child support. I'd rather be through loneliness and depression without having someone special than to go through married men that gets divorced. Like, real talk there, honestly.
I don't know any single men. I don't know any. None. That's fucked up. That's super fucked up. If there are this many of us, there should be this many of them, right? I wonder what they're doing. I wonder where they are. I wonder what they're up to right now. Oh, that's right. They're in my comment section telling me how I'm gonna die alone with my cats. Like, that doesn't sound like fun. We're lonely too, bitch. We are lonely too. We're just better at it. We are so much better at handling our feelings of unrequited desire and longing than men choose to be.
And I wonder why you say that you can manage better than men. I think that she's lying, to be honest. I don't know. Just feel that she's capping. Because a lot of these women, they get constant attention from men. Of course, partially, I guess it's true because, well, women that chose to be alone can handle it very well. They're not that emotionally attached to men like us men get emotionally attached to women. But deep down, long term, a lot of these women are gonna want to have experience with a man. They're gonna get tired of this loneliness. They're gonna notice that they cannot survive on their own, and that's when they start longing. So deep down, they do kind of get worried. It's just that they don't show it as much and they don't act on it as much at all. That's how I feel. Let me know what you think in the comments about that, because I mean, that's how I feel in my experience.
Yes, it's a choice. You can choose to be happily single. You can choose to find more community around you. You can choose productive ways to spend your time. Or you can sit at home and yell at women you don't know in their comment sections. Up to you.
She's wrong. Women do not manage their feelings of loneliness. If this was true, she wouldn't be seeing a new man every night. Women love to cope with these theories.
I'm 38 years
old. Okay, so my intuition was correct. She's lying. She's capping. And yeah, they claim that they know how to manage their loneliness and stuff. But for the most part, a lot of these women, not all, but a lot of these women, they don't know. And they're just trying to mask themselves and not be really honest, because they don't want to show their weakness. A lot of these women, they don't want to show their weakness because that's when they become very vulnerable.
I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house. Only 2 of them are mine. But it's another Christmas that is about to come and go where my relationship status is the same.
By the way, this woman is the same age as me. And I never been married as well. I never had children. And sure, it makes me sad. I could agree with that. But at least I can survive. At least I know that I'm already used to it at this point. If I find a woman in my life, that'll be amazing. I'm going to be very happy. And especially if it's the right woman that God wants for me, sure, of course. But as sad as I feel sometimes, at least I don't have someone who... Better to be alone than bad company, right?
And it's crazy because if you had asked me 10 years ago if I would be single at 38, I would have been like, absolutely not. And if I am, then just me now. You know? Here's one of my kitties. Look at this little baby girl. This is Willow. Say hi, Willow. And I have such a complicated relationship with this time of year. I really do. Because I have a complicated relationship with being single. There's a part of me that really values my life and my time to myself and my independence. And then there's a part of me that feels really embarrassed about admitting that I want to be in a relationship. And
I mean, yeah, I could agree with you. I feel the same way. I want to be in a relationship, but I'm forced to be alone right now. Why? Because I can't find a single woman out there that actually relates to me, that can vibe with me, that understands me and stuff. Those type of women are rare for a lot of men out there. But you know what? I mean, we realize that if we become so vulnerable on the internet talking about these things, we are going to get clowned upon, unfortunately. You know, it's sad, honestly. Yeah, so we're going to finish off the commentary and then I'll get my conclusion.
A big part of that is it makes me feel like maybe I'm being needy or I'm being clingy and all these like, I don't know what it is, but it's almost embarrassing. It is. I feel embarrassed to be 38 and single and never married. I also think a part of me feels forgotten by God or the universe because I feel like I've done so much internal work on myself, and yet I feel like I can't seem to attract my person into my life. And even saying all of this out loud feels really cringy, which is why I'm making myself say it out loud and admit it. Because I'm sure that there's other people that feel the same way. But it makes me, I have a really hard time not wondering what is wrong with me. And I have to stop myself from going down that spiral because it can get very dark when I start to think of the reality is at my age, I may never have children at this point, and that makes me really sad. And
I don't blame her for her feeling this way, because with a woman, she has a less fertility window. She has less time to find a partner than a man does. A man could be in his 40s and 50s, and if he dates a woman in their 20s, for example, they could still be a father and have a healthy child. But with a woman, no matter who goes, no matter which man that she goes to, if her fertility window is lowering in quality, You could have the best man in the world, but your baby is not gonna be as healthy as it should have been when giving birth in their 20s. That's facts. I know a lot of people will get mad at me by saying this, but I'm just spitting fact from what I've been hearing in many forms on the internet. Of course, you know, yeah, a 30-year-old or 40-year-old woman can still have babies, can still have a healthy child, but it all depends on how they take care of themselves as well. I don't want to be close-minded and say, oh, they're doomed, they're cooked, they're not able to have a child. No, no, no. They could still have it, but they gotta be more careful. And as you age, it's just not naturally the same as it was in your 20s, I guess. That's how I feel.
Reality in which I don't ever find somebody. And that makes me really sad. And so the tension this year for me is allowing myself to have those wants, but then also allowing myself to embrace that maybe I am enough for myself. So I guess I'm just sharing this for other people out there who may be single and having the same thoughts and feelings this holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. You're not alone.
No matter how much women pretend they are happy being a boss babe queen, it's only surface level. Deep down, they wish they had a man and a family to raise.
If you're single and you're lonely, or you're single and you're sad, you're just not doing single life right. Do you remember how lonely you were in that relationship? You can't get lonelier than that. You're missing out because you're not taking advantage of this gift and this time that you have as a single person. It's like when you have little kids and you want them to learn how to walk, or you wish they would be potty trained, and you're wishing away what you have right in front of you. You are fully the creator of your life with the circumstances that you have. There is no other person holding you down right now. Do you know how much freedom is in that? Everything you do can be for you now in a way that it's never been before. You need to have fun. You need to make fun. You need to try new things and engage in new experiences. Or just lie in your bed and enjoy that it's just yours and it's quiet and you can be there for as long or as little as you want. From the small things to the big thing. Don't miss out on this.
Pure cope. All lonely women yearn for a man. All of them. They just can't admit it. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so let's conclude this right now. So, in reality, a lot of women, yes, they are just coping. They are saying that they're happy being single and everything, and they're enjoying life. I mean, there's a part of me that really enjoys the single life because, like, everything that I own is just mine, and I don't have to share it with anyone. But part of me wants to share my experiences, my hobbies, with a significant someone as well. So I'm not gonna go out there and say that I'm super happy being single because, you know, part of me is not. I wish to be able to have someone in my life, but at least the benefits of being single is like you only take care of yourself. You don't have that much responsibilities compared to someone who's married. So the only time I want to be responsible for someone else like that is if this woman actually will support me as well in an equal way, that we're both responsible for each other, we both try to benefit each other's lives. If I don't get that reciprocation of my efforts back to me, then this is not fair. And I'm like, well, I'd rather be alone than being with bad company. So if you enjoyed this video and you agree to it, be sure to click the like button, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to click the bell next to the subscribe button so you could be notified whenever new videos like these comes to Angry Guy's channel, and you will not miss any videos like that ever again. So yeah, also check out Angry Guy at Rumble once again. Definitely, if you want to hear Angry Guy curse like crazy, you could check out his Rumble in the description below. Check out the Creator Academy as well. If you want to have some guidance on how you can be able to create your own online business using YouTube as your leverage, and you'll be able to be more independent this way as well, because like, let's be honest, jobs are unstable. You could get laid off at any time, and if you don't have something that will benefit you without those things, then you're gonna be very financially vulnerable. So you don't have nothing to lose to sign up for free. Get the free blueprint. And you can also check out my channel like MacBook Gaming as well in the description below, where I do gaming videos, I do commentaries, I also do discussions, I do top 10s, I hunt video games down for my collection and stuff. All that good stuff. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all Happy New Year's. 2026 is approaching, and I'll see you all in the next one. MacBo out. Bye bye.